Hi, thanks for joining me for another episode of The Gold Standard. I'm Jennifer E. Goldman, and I'm a nonprofit management consultant here to help nonprofit leaders learn some more business practices to help their organizations be more successful and sustainable. And today I wanted to talk about fundraising. I know a lot of organizations plan fundraisers with events. And I have mixed emotions about that. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Events are great and the communities love them, but they're not always the best way to employ someone's time as far as fundraising goes. So I'm encouraging nonprofit leaders to find alternatives for fundraising, things that might take less of your time and be more effective for your organization. And one of the things that I advocate for is getting to know your current donors a little bit better. I always find that having a personal connection and a conversation works so much better for raising funds. So if you can get in front of the people who are already supportive of your organization and finding out what they're capable of. It's one thing to send a letter to 1,000 people in your community, hoping for a small gift, maybe $25, $50, $100. But what if the people who already support you are willing to give so much more and you just haven't asked? You're leaving money on the table. Not everybody can give more, and I understand the no gift is too small ask. However, this is a great way for you to leverage what you have by spending more time with those donors, getting to know them, getting to know the level that they support you, and what's a more appropriate ask, perhaps. And this is a better way not only to do better fundraisers, but also just to get to know those people and gain more buy-in from them. When they know you better, they'll like you better. When they see the growth and success of your organization and what you're doing, what your worth is, they may be willing to invest a little bit more. So I urge you, go through that donor list that you already have and talk to those donors, especially the ones who've been with you for a while. Or maybe the brand new ones who just don't know enough about you to support you on a different level. This is a great way to start those conversations. You might also find that there are some people who might be volunteers for your organization. Maybe they'd like to give you money and time, and you just don't know that. So instead of planning another event, instead of throwing something against the wall to see if it sticks, start with the people who are currently supporting you and find out what they might be willing to do. You might be able to turn some of those $25 donations into $5,000 donations. And is time better spent than just putting your staff and your volunteers through hundreds and hundreds of hours for an event that may or may not really pan out, especially when you take out your time and what is that worth, and figuring out the fundraiser from the aspect of not just how much you spent in money and how much you brought in money, but in how many volunteer hours you spent and how many staff hours of salaries worth that you spent on that event. Go through what you already have and see how you can leverage that. And I recommend, as I mentioned earlier, starting with your current supporters and seeing what they may be willing to do, what they're capable of doing that perhaps you just haven't asked before now. And if you'd like more tips, please reach out. I'm always looking for more suggestions of topics that you want to hear about here, but also I'm happy to answer questions that are more individual to you and your organization than just what you see in these videos. So my information is in the bio, the about section of the YouTube channel. I encourage you, please reach out, leave your comments here. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you subscribe. Thanks so much.